Hi everyone, welcome to another Friday craft session. Today we're making a super silly rocking seal. We hope you've enjoyed your summer reading challenge so far. So get your colouring pens ready and let's get making. So to make your seal craft, what you'll need is a paper plate, some tissue paper, roughly 20 centimetres by 10 centimetres, and you'll want 4 sheets of any colour. You'll want a piece of paper and a piece of card, any colouring materials you like, a stapler, a glue stick, a pair of scissors, and then a ruler. So the first thing we're going to do is draw out our seal. So we'll just put everything else to one side for a moment. And we're going to take our piece of card, it can be any size, this is just a scrap from a different project, and fold it in half. So to draw your seal, the first thing you'll want to do is to draw a little squashed circle at the top, which is going to be his nose. Next, we're going to draw a wavy line coming down, in and out. So that's the top of his nose and then his forehead. And then we're going to come down the other side and curve it out and then back in. So what you've got is a bit of a wobbly triangle really. And then your next step, you're going to do a big U shape. So it's going to come down like that and then curve back up and round. Now we're going to make the seal's tail. So what you want to do is it's like an M. So we're going to come out and in, and out on this side and in. So you see your M shape makes the bottom of the tail, and then just join that to the line you drew before. And then you're going to draw another U going from the bottom of his head round to join the bottom of the tail. So that's your basic seal shape. Next, what you'll want to do is draw an eye. So that's just a circle with another circle inside, which we're going to colour in. We're going to give him some whiskers. And then you can draw his fin. So that's almost like drawing a boot shape. So we're going to come down here to meet that bottom line and then let it curve round and then draw another line so the boot's facing to your left and join it up like that. So that's his fin. So all you need to do now is colour it in and then we're going to cut it out, and what you need to do is when you cut it out, make sure you're cutting through both pieces of card at the same time. Make sure you get parent supervision before you start cutting anything, and if you do need some help then just ask. Okay, so you can put your scraps to one side, and what you'll have now is 2 seals facing either way, and then you just want to colour in both sides of those. So we're going to put those to one side. The next thing to do is to draw the ball that your seal is going to sit on. You can do it freehand, but I find the best thing to do is get a roll of sellotape and just draw around the outside. Now you've drawn your circle, you want to cut out 2 of them and decorate them. So what you'll end up with is 2 circus balls and 2 seals which are facing opposite directions. Now we're going to put those to one side and we're going to work on our pom-pom. So take your pieces of tissue paper and just stack them as neatly as you can. Doesn't matter if it's not perfect. And we're going to concertina them, which means to fold. So fold up the shortest edge onto itself and then flip it over and fold it again. And then just keep flipping and folding. Try to keep them roughly the same size if you can. Okay, and then you'll end up with something that looks like that. Now get your stapler and make sure you've got an adult before you use the stapler, and just staple in the very centre, and that's going to hold all of those sheets together for you. Okay, the next thing to do is to take your concertina and fold the pieces out into a fan shape. So be quite gentle, because you don't want to rip them if you can help it. Fold the other side. So what you've got now is almost like a piece of pasta, and then we're going to separate all the different layers. So it can be a little bit fiddly, so don't worry if you need to ask for help, but you're just going to tease apart different layers. Okay, so when you're finished and you've teased it all apart, what you'll have is a cute little fluffy circus ball. So now what we're going to do is start to assemble all of our pieces. So bring your paper plate back in, and what we're going to do is fold it in half. Just like that. And then just lay your pieces roughly where they're going to go on your plate. So you want the ball to roughly align with the bottom, and then your seal to sit on top, and just draw a faint line about 1 centimetre away from those pieces. And you want that on either side. And then what we're going to do is cut the paper plate. So that you've got something that looks a little bit like that. You can put your scraps to one side, and then all you need to do is decorate it. So now that everything's coloured in, the first thing to do is to glue on one of your circus balls. I'm just going to glue that to the front. And you want the bottom of the ball to roughly line up with the bottom of your paper plates. You don't have to glue down this bottom edge where it lifts away, you can leave that open for a more 3D effect. And we'll do the same on the other side. Okay, our next job is to glue on our seals. So just glue the bottom of your seal for now, and tail piece. And you just want to place it so that it looks like he's sat on top of that bauble. Like so. And then flip it over, and we're going to glue the other seal to the other side. So again, put some glue on the tail and on the bottom, but don't glue his head just yet. And you want to, as best you can with this piece, is align it with the one underneath. So what you'll have now is your two pieces of seal. Their tail will be attached, but their head flaps separately. That's fine. The final step is to put a little bit of glue on the seal's nose, and then take your pom-pom, and where your staple is, in the centre, we're going to wrap the seal's nose around it. So we're going to slide the two pieces in, and then glue the seal's nose around the staple. And there you have it, one wobbly seal.